Say it again, Lewis. She gave Lewis a book. She gave Lewis a book. Yeah, she gave Lewis a book. Even though she could get fired, Safi, or even though she could lose her job, she still gave him a book. Wow, that's impressive. Turn your page. Try again. Yes?
She's showing care.
Oh, she is showing care. We're moving on. Then Lewis thought of something. Don't I need a library card? I'm not reading it. We need to slow down. Even Daddy and Mama couldn't get a library card. Staring down at his sneakers, Lewis wished he could disappear. The librarian was quiet for a moment. Then she tapped him on the shoulder. Come on, I'll give you a temporary one. You do live in town, don't you? Lewis raised his head. Yes, ma'am. This librarian didn't seem to mind shaking things up at all. Walking slowly down the street, Lewis looked at the book and his library card all the way home. Where should you be sitting? If I have to remind you again, your consequence is going to be that you don't get to stay in your purple row anymore. You're moving to blue. Do you understand? Thank you. Lewis burst into the kitchen door. I'm still waiting, Naja. If you know what's wrong with your friend, you should help her. Nassan, do we need our voice on? Look. Look. Lewis burst into the kitchen door. He couldn't wait to tell everybody. When she heard what had happened, Mama threw up her hands in amazement. Daddy shook his head like he had when Lewis caught that catfish up at the lake last summer. Isn't that something? He kept saying. Mama put her arm around Lewis. I hope no one got in trouble. Daddy cleared his throat. Mama, I just want you to be careful. That night, Lewis and Daddy read about young Abe and his kindness to animals. Though he grew up in the wilderness, Abe didn't like to shoot game. When he saw his friends herding a turtle, Abe refused to join in. He didn't care if he wasn't like the other boys. I'm turning my page. Abe also liked to have fun. Once he lifted a boy upside down so he could
Chop.
That word is not chop. I'm gonna reread it. When I stop, you need to read the next word. Abe also liked to have
Fun.
Once he lifted a boy upside down so he could
Have fun.
So if you're following along, you're reading the correct word. I'm gonna start all over again. Abe also liked to have
Fun.
Once he lifted a boy upside down so he could
Walk.
across the ceiling. Abe had to clean up the muddy
Floor.
footprints. The muddy
Footprints.
Abe could swing an axe, drive a plow, and win a wrestling match with anyone he met. What he liked best was to read a
Book.
Some people said he was lazy and thought too much. Abe was just in a hurry to learn everything he could. When Lewis sat down to write his essay, he filled up 3 whole
Pages.
I'm turning my page. President Lincoln did what he thought was right, even when it shook people up. Lewis said at bedtime. Mama leaned to give him a hug, just like you, Lewis. Before Lewis fell asleep, he remembered something. The next time he went to the main library, he needed to find a book about honeybees for Daddy. Out of 1,000,000 books, Lewis was sure he could find the perfect one. I'm turning my page. We're not going to read the note, but close your books. Today, while we were reading, the strategy we used was to look at the
Picture.
look at the
Picture.
look at the
Picture.
then we read the
Word.
we read the
Word.
we read the
Word.
after we read the words, we asked, does that make
Sense.
does that make does
Sense.
that make
Sense.
pass your books back to your row leader in 5. Take a seat. Pass your books back in 4. Pass your books back in 3. Let's go, girls. Pass your books back in 2. Pass your books back in 1. Pass your books back in 0. Recycle, please. Put this in recycle. Pass it to him. Pass it to him. He's at the end. Are you at the end? So who do you pass it to?
I'm trying to pass it and then he grabbed it.
Okay. Well, Caleb, next time don't grab it. Kadar, you need to pass it quicker, okay? Okay, it's okay. Recycling, just push it in. If you are a row leader, please bring me your book. Thank you, Caleb. Megan, is today going to be a great day, or do I have to give you a lot of reminders today? Okay, so that means that who should you be worrying about? Yep, yourself. Thank you. Come on, Safi. 3, 2, 1. You need to move quicker. Okie dokie. So, my back is straight.
My back is straight.
Whoa, I'm looking. Nassan, I'm looking to see if your back is straight. Go crazy. Self-control. Go crazy. Self-control. When I say my back is straight, you should be saying it with me, not just by myself.